Okay, good afternoon. This box turned up the other day. I don't know why. I have no idea why it's got to come here. But I'm just in one of these stupid moods. Ooh. So, what do we get in the box? He's too impatient, look. So we get a brand new Suzuki 6 horsepower short shaft engine. We get a toolbox and a manual. That's one big manual. And we get a tub of oil. There we go. So you've got this needs a 10-hour running time with different speeds, which you have to look at, and I'll go with that. I'll take you through that as well. Okay? It's not heavy. Right, we're going to take it outside and put it on a stand. How's it feel? One-handed, it's all right?
Yes, you don't want to carry it too far.
Well, you wouldn't though, but it's 26 kilos I think it is altogether. Alright, we're going to put it on the stand and have a look at it. There we go. That's it, put him in the middle. Is he in the middle? Lovely. Lovely. Okay, right, we'll tighten this up. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Brand spanking new bit of kit. Suzuki 6. You've got option of your fuel, which is internal fuel tank. Then no, and then I don't know what that one. Oh, that's external fuel tank. So is it just that and that, or is it push? I'm not doing anything until I read the instructions. Okay, forward and reverse. You've got your kill cord here, which then you attach to a lanyard on you, or whatever you want to do. Your choke. This is there's another lever at the back here, which you can, where is it? This one here. This adjusts, and this tightens the torque on the engine, on the movement sideways. So loosen it, easy. There we go, and then tighten it. That stiffens up then. So at the moment, just leave it like that. Okay, you have your two locking pieces here. These are quite handy because you can drop a padlock through that. That makes it nice and secure. This as well is tight. That is for your throttle. So the more you tighten it, the throttle will stay stiff. So therefore, you can leave it and just let it go. Okay. I love it. I love this bit of kit. And there we go for now. Let's take the lid off and have a look. On your fuel tank, you've got your top part where you have to undo to let the air in, and then you can fill it up here as well. Okay, let's whip the hood up. I don't know if you can see that. There's beautiful speckled blue, like metallic blue flakes in it. Looks lovely. Right, so each end you have a little up and then round the front as well. And then the lid's going to come up like so. Oh, I'm going to be careful with this. I don't want to scratch on this. That's actually plastic, which is quite good, really. We've got a oil in it. That's a definite. Look at that. This is my first ever brand new engine. You've got your window through your oil there, and you got your dipstick. It's always best to rely on a dipstick. There we go. This is a 4-stroke engine. Yep. 4-stroke meaning that there's 4 strokes. How can I put this without confusing anybody? So the piston goes up and down 4 times virtually. So you've got something called induction, which sucks in the fuel from the carburetor into the cylinder. So that's induction. Then you've got compression as the piston comes up and squeezes it. And then you've got ignition. That's when the spark plug ignites when the timing's spot on and the right time. And that fires it and then chucks the piston back down again, which is your power stroke. So induction, compression, ignition, exhaust. 4 strokes of a 4-stroke engine. Or suck, squeeze, bang, blow. That's another way of putting it. So that's an introduction to a 4-stroke engine. The 2-stroke is not the same, but very similar. Except it's just 2 strokes, but there's reeds involved and everything else. It doesn't say this is. I think it's a Hove red cam. I would presume it is. I won't go into too much detail because it's not worth it, but there's cams, timing and everything which is involved in it. But I am very impressed with this bit of kit. Looks great. Another thing I've just come across which I've had to have a look at, I've got fuel tanks here, I've got a bow tie in the back and everything, but you've got extra external fuel tank. You're going to have to go and order your connector for this part off the internet for a Suzuki. I've just ordered mine. I'll put a link in the description down below because it's a bit of a narrow this end and a different slight fitting this end. So I just ordered it from a challenge, a boat shop. Right, so next thing is put the oil in. Put the oil, and get yourself a nice piece of clean tissue, paper towel, and make sure it's dry. I think this is your maximum measuring mark there. Okay, max. Okay, can you see that below? And then the O, I presume, was it full U? I can't see that properly myself, but anyway, so that's where we're going to. This is the one further up my hand. Okay. One of the best ways to do without spilling it, like I've just done, is to put a small hole in the bottom and then a bigger hole at the top. It does tell you how much. Oop. Let's clean that up. And it doesn't actually tell you on the engine manual how much oil to put in. It just says do it to the dipstick. So, and fuel, it takes 1 litre. Don't forget it is straight fuel, not 2-stroke. This is a 4-stroke engine. Not being rude to anybody. I'm trying to do an informative video. I do like my engines. I like to look after them. Okay, I'll just do a bit more and then we will dip it in a second. So you can see I put the cloth there now. Just a paper towel. Well, it's not even at the window yet, so I think we've got a bit to go. Well, let me just do a dip. Let's have a go. Clean that off. Don't cross thread it if you can help it. Just be gentle with it. And then back out again. Just touching the bottom now. You see it? It's just there. So we need it there. I'll come back to you in a bit. Alright. Okay, so on the manual, which please do read, okay? I have read it myself. On the manual, it says when you're dipping the stick into to check the oil level, what you do is place it in. Do not screw it in. Do not screw it in. And then pull it back out. Check the level. Now we are spot on. Absolutely spot on. If there's any bit between that, and that's fine. It's not showing the window because I reckon it needs compression to get the window to fill up. Okay, but that's where we are. We're actually spot on now. So I'll screw him home and get some fuel. Okay, in the box comes your spare toolkit, which is a rope, spare pulley. What else we got? Okay, so you've got a pair of pliers, yeah, the usual stuff. That's pretty standard. I was thinking you'd get a spit pin. I can't see one. So on the prop, it looks like you have to get one yourself. And like I said, I've had to order the new fuel line, a new fuel, yeah, that goes to the engine. Right, so there's your toolkit. That's good. You'll need that once you get it back in the packet properly. So I've filled the oil, like I showed you, but it does tell you on the I've just seen this now. Capacity 0.7 of a litre. So there we go. I'll put that close up so you can see it. Alright, now for the fuel. Put the fuel in there. Yep, I'll come back to you in a sec. Okay, just put a bit of fuel in, put the cap back on, make sure you open the air vent at the top. Now we need water. So we have got to fill a bucket up, or something we can find, up to the bottom of this cavitation plate, because this is the vent sucking where's there, underneath there, you can see that there, that's where it's sucking the water in. We need that. On the side of the, just above the caliper, this is an anoid. This attracts any salt, so this what tries to keep the salt out the engine. But please, you need to absolutely flush this when you're finished with it in the sea. Maybe not every time, but I mean, no, let's rephrase that. Every time, but if you're down there for a week, yeah, you're fine. But I always do. I take a bucket with me, and every time I finish during the day, I flush. Flush. What you got to lose? An engine, so it's not worth it. Right, water. Okay, so I just put a bucket underneath for now. I will tell you what I'm doing in a second. With a couple of bricks underneath to bring it up as high as I can, so it must cover this cavitation plate. Yes. So that said, another little tip for you. This is the top of the transom. That, I'm going to explain this, the cavitation plate is there. The distance between, from that bit there, focus, yeah, so from that bit there, so the top of the cavitation plate for a short shaft engine should be anything between 15 to 17 inches. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty well sure it's 15. It's got to be 15 to 17, but it's 15, right? Longer than that, up to 21, is a long shaft, usually for yachts and stuff like that. These will fit inflatables, small boats, small little fiberglass dinghies, john boats, aluminium ones, whatever. Anyway, so there you go. So that's the difference between long shaft and short shaft. I'm trying to hope I'm covering everything here. Right, let's get some water in the bucket. Okay, this will be the initial startup in a minute. This is what I've got today. I'm just going to give it a good clean out. I've brushed it all out and cleaned it. This is like a little wheelie bin, a small one. And I'm going to put a piece of wood screwed into here. The engine will sit on there. It'll sit in there, and this will be part of its running time. I'm going to write in, it's going to be sort of like it's 10 minutes here or whatever it is, and it's an hour at a quarter throttle or something, and that's what we're going to do in this bucket. So that's the main thing for this one. This is just initial start up, that one over there. Fuel on, so that's your internal tank there. Okay, a little bit of choke. It's not been started. I think it's been started in the marine. Let's turn the engine slightly. I just thought I'd let you know as well, I'm not going to engage the gears at all at this point because the bucket's a bit too small. And also, when you engage gears, what happens is, this unit down here, this little, I'm going to call it a locking plate, what that does then, if you watch it, you'll see, so I go reverse. Now what that does, that stops the engine from flipping up. And when you go forward, it locks into position as well. Alright, so that's a safety feature you might want to know. Okay, let's give it a pull and see if she starts. Okay, there's no way I'm expected to start full time, because it won't first time, I mean. So there's your choke on, just tighten that up a little bit. Choke's on. Make sure your little pin's in. That's it, we're ready to go, I think. Ooh, that's kicked back. Oh, I need some more water in that for a minute. Hold on a second. So low. So the wee boy, you can see that there, look. Perfect. So you never want it to run out of water. You always check that. That's hence the big bucket. That's it. That's it. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and a like. It's a full rundown of unpacking and getting the outboard running for the very first time. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, that would be great. And the next one will be the break-in the barrel. All right, take care, and we'll see you in the next one. All the best.